So, as we've discussed, going through a divorce is emotionally challenging, and trusting your intuition during this time is crucial. You may be feeling powerless and untethered. I actually remember feeling as though I was in a freeze frame of a movie. So, everybody around me was going about their business, rushing here and there, whilst I just stood still. And it felt like I'd stood still in time. I doubted everything about myself and the world, and I didn't know who or what to believe anymore. And this sense of being lost isn't just about external circumstances, it goes a lot deeper and affects our inner compass, our ability to trust ourselves. So, learning to trust your intuition takes a lot of practice, self-awareness, and a willingness to listen to your inner voice. And that's what I spoke about on the last video, taking time to sit quietly in the stillness, with no distractions, so you can hear that inner voice. Because we all have an inner sat nav, our intuition. It's always there, quietly guiding us. But when we're going through divorce, there's a lot of self-doubt that creeps in. We start questioning whether we can trust our own instincts, especially if past decisions have led to where you are and the pain that you're going through. But intuition isn't about never making mistakes. It's about recognizing patterns, learning from experience, and fine tuning your own ability to listen to yourself. And the more we pause, sit in silence, and truly pay attention to our inner voice, the clearer it becomes. So, one of the biggest obstacles is reconnecting with our intuition is doubt, doubting our feelings, doubting our judgment, doubting that inner whisper telling us something is off. But think about this. How many times have you ignored a nagging feeling and then later realized you were right all along? Um, Perhaps a situation or a person didn't feel quite right, but you dismissed it, you brushed it off, telling yourself you were overreacting. And yet, in hindsight, your initial instinct was probably spot on. So, learning to trust yourself again means allowing space for those feelings, even when they don't come with immediate logical explanations. Your intuition is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And the key is to slow down, tune in, and honor the messages your inner guidance system is sending. Now, I'm not promising it's going to be easy. It's not always easy, and doubt may still creep in, but over time, you'll find yourself navigating life's waves with greater clarity and confidence. So here's a couple of ideas just to help you on your way to strengthen that trust. So a small step is to practice making low stake decisions based on your intuition. So, for example, choosing a book. You're standing in a bookshop, you've got a couple of ones that you like. Test your intuition, to decide which book to buy. Or you maybe need to go to the next town. You always go the same way. Why not pick a different route? You might, have a choice again. You choose. Go on your gut instinct, and then reflect on how your choices were, if they feel right. Reflect afterwards, but revisit your past experiences by thinking about a time when you trusted your intuition and it worked out. Also, reflect on when you ignored it and regretted it. So, a takeaway from today is I'd like you to try this little exercise. So, set a timer on your phone for 5 to 10 minutes. And at the top of a page, I want you to write, what do I need to know right now? So write whatever comes to mind, just let it all out. Don't stop and question it. Do this without filtering. And then look at what you've written. And, you know, your intuition speaks through your spontaneous thoughts. I hope this has helped. The power to change your life is possible. I know that 100%. And I'd love to meet you. If you want to create a life where you are not just surviving, but instead thriving, then, let's meet and work together. Take care.